All right, adventurers, welcome back. Now, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Not that I haven't been following along. Just like seriously, what the fuck is going on with these guys? You got Penn off with some sort of brain-devouring hound and some new patrony type friends. I don't know, Grandpa God. You've got some sort of treachery happening between Angelo and Guillaume, and then there's Richard and used to be Richard. Let's just hop in and see if Puck can sort this out for us. Puck?
I shall do my best, as I am wont to do. Hello, and welcome to Too Many.
According to chat.
Oh. What?
Well,
what?
My bad.
When did we lose it?
Sorry.
Oh man,
now, apparently
I was killing that intro. Now it's all gone.
Yep. No. Hey, gotta throw you off your game. Testing
That's
your
cool.
resolve is all.
Hearts of Darkness is on YouTube. You should watch it. We did the other show yesterday. We're doing this show today. Tomorrow we're going to play Left 4 Dead on Trash Bin. And after that, we're doing Weekend of Bavalia some more. It's going to be super spooky, scary. It's kind of a slow boil. Think like old, like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the old Shelley stuff, like real gothic horror. Anyways.
Well, I've pissed off the Dungeon Master, so good luck, guys.
After that, take the rest of the week off. You guys earned it. Hello and welcome to Too Many Warlocks. I, of course, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck, and I am joined today by these Too Many Warlocks and some dude who's friends with trees. It's not untrue. Which I will now introduce. Syndrome. Yeah, he's got post-Warlock syndrome, which I will now introduce in no particular order, starting with our Justice's demise, Mr. Guillaume, joining us today, and fresh off of a birthday, so be sure to wish Guillaume a happy birthday. It was just on Saturday, and we missed it, and now he's here, so let's give him a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Next up,
went from old to ancient.
we have our good friend Angelo, an unwitting puppet of the fiendish cadaver. We have the half-orc warlock, Angelo. And now we have the avatar of thought, the echo of lore, and the man who should really start charging rent in his head, Penitent Wright, joining us today. And last but not least, we have the Fairy King Richard joining us as well in all of his woody woodness, as you were.
If we're not arguing, we're not role-playing.
Exactly. That's basically the character dynamic between the versions of you.
They all suck.
Last time on Too Many Warlocks. Boop. I hit the button, and it's going to play for reals this time. All right. So last time on Too Many Warlocks, man, some stuff's going down. So Penn went on a kind of a journey of self-discovery. At the urging of Thought, the ancient deity, the eldritch being Thought, asking him to basically track down these creatures that Thought has said are the antithesis of thought. And the antithesis of thought. Oh my god. They're opposite of thought. Their thoughts end. It's going to be one of those shows, guys. And their thoughts end. And Penn has been tasked with doing something about it. And so, hot on the trail, he tracked them down until he uncovered perhaps more than he could chew. And that's where he's stuck. Meanwhile, Angelo and Guillaume were on a road trip. They acquired a new cart. They learned some things about themselves. They had an out-of-body experience. Angelo is being urged by his patron, Cadaber, to escort Guillaume to a special place that will help him separate his pact and his unruly body mates, the sisters Eris and Discordia, from his body, and hoping to use the resulting energy that comes off of that for his own ends. What they might be, who knows? We had a little cutscene where we might have got some interesting ideas on what that is, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Richard has abandoned his peaceful life working at a bar at the urging of Richard, and both Richard and Alan walked away from this faithful life, and Richard and Alan have gone back to the Avalon Knights Academy after a long journey, trying to suss out what the heck is going on here. And they are spending some time at the bar, assisting and trying to uncover some things about what might be going on with their friends. However, it seems that something else is kind of lurking and developing in the background. But we're going to come back to that in a little bit. Because today, we have to start off with our good friends, Angelo and Guillaume, who, at the end of the last episode, were walking into this cave. And upon entering this cave, and I'm gonna throw you guys right in the thick of it. Upon entering this cave, are greeted with flaming blades and angelic wings, standing next to a pedestal in the distance. And they point their blades toward you. And they say, Guy, for crimes against Aasimar kind, we are to bring you in, dead or alive. And it's combat time! We're going to go back to the classic music. Ooh, maybe not that much classic. There we go. All right. So, I need some initiatives, folks.
I already did, but I don't see the tracker.
Oh, well then. There it is.
It's there now.
Yes, it is. And so are you guys. Perfect. Although it gave these guys both 1, and I don't like that. I don't know how that happened. 1.01. I've got to fix my initiative tracker, and I don't know what it is. It's only this game that's having trouble, and I think it has to do with how I set it up. So, let me do this the other way. Alright, we're going to go boop, and a boop, and boop, and a boop. There we go. So they've drawn their blades and they've pointed them at you, and the first one, getting right into the thick of it, does not delay and charges forward. Beating her wings, she flies up and makes a two-handed longsword swing at Guillaume.
Okay, that is at disadvantage.
Ah, yes.
That's my cloak. Causes me to appear to be not.
So that is a 7, sir.
Well, that's horribly misses. Oh, that's just bad.
All right. She swings and catches only air, and you can hear the crackling of flames as her blade fails to connect, but ignites on the stream of air. And next up, Guillaume.
You missed. I'm over here. And, yeah, I will step to there. I'm 10 feet away. And, actually, you missed real bad, eh? I'm, damn it. Still not used to this character. Should get it by now.
All right.
There it is. I cast Thunder Step.
Oh. You can certainly thunderstep.
Couple pushes to do it. Just
That's
step
all right.
back and look over. No, I'm over here. And it allows me to teleport up to 30 feet. You have to make a con save or take 3d10 or half on the save.
Well,
and
he's taken
I
16.
Excellent. And I can go up to 90 feet.
Hey, you can go anywhere.
I go back there, behind whatever it is that they're standing on, and appear behind them
All
in
right.
the darkness.
All right.
Don't worry, Angelo, I got this! As I leave them standing directly in front of a slightly wounded angel.
All right. Well, it is gonna come after you. But was it not? How many D10 was that?
I was supposed to roll 4. Or did, never mind. Okay.
Oh, that was.
40.
Yeah. You just didn't have really great numbers. That 1 and the 3 is what killed you. All right, this
Bring it
one
down the average,
flies
guys.
back. Actually, it doesn't even need to fly. It just steps. A couple light, sprightly angel steps, and then swings its radiant sword in your direction with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Until I get hit.
Yep. This one is not equipped, not ready for a two-handed strike, so he's just going to do two. He's just going to do the one-handed strike. How's a 13 grab you?
Oh, it actually does. That's right. Guillaume's armor sucks. That's a, yeah. Well, so yeah.
All right.
But I'm resistant to the radiant, so I only take half of that. So 16.
All right. If the target... Okay, you're not near any of his allies, so you can't take extra damage. Well, an extra 2 radiant damage anyways. So he slashes you, and it bursts of radiant light. Burns across your skin. It's Angelo's turn.
First time
Angelo, we
and
can't
maybe
let
the
them
only
kill
time.
him.
Obviously, I'm assuming you want to get the power of these things, right?
Yes, carve them up.
Alrighty then. And what would look like similar to the sword our other friend Angelo has, this alternate Angelo has a darker version of the sword that he draws forward. No music involved, but it's pretty deadly. And he strikes with that.
Oof.
Or he tries to. Doesn't do a very good job.
He tries, and unfortunately, the thick armor plates of these angels shrug off your first attack.
I thought these looked
So
like
you-
your friends!
I don't have any friends.
Well, you do now.
All right, except you.
Aw.
Sorry, didn't mean to be rude.
So the blade glances off of the armor plating, and the angel turns to you, its eyes burning, and says, "So you've aligned yourself with the heretic. Your judgment is clear."
Clear, muddy. That's unclear.
And then She takes a swing at you with her sword. She does not have
Holy
disadvantage
crap.
against you, though.
No, sure doesn't. Snap. That hits for sure.
All right. That is 9 slashing and 25 radiant damage.
Ouchie mama.
All right. And after that, we go back to Guillaume.
Look up at this one standing above me. That one just hit my only friend. You're gonna have to wait. And I cast a wall of fire around them in a 20-foot circle.
Oh.
They take dex save and 5d8. 68.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's only 4th level 5d8. Yeah, so half of that. They
Angel
take
2
it at
does
the start of
okay.
their turn, or if they ever move through it, they take they'll take full. But only just the
So
one.
you
up
just
on
do
top.
like
I can
one
only
wall
do
around
20
each of them?
circle. No, I can only do
Or-
one circle, so it's going to be around this one that's right in front of me. It's basically going to center sort of on that disc that it's standing on.
Okay. Sure thing.
And it's a
Let me
circle,
put her
so
up there.
every if he starts within 10 feet of the inside of it, which he can't not do because it's only 20 feet across, they take 5d8 again.
Oof.
And then, like I said, he's gonna have to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get to hear, and as I come, I draw my crossbow. I hope I can remember how this thing works. That's it.
All right. You draw your crossbow. This creature continues to burn in this ring of fire. It tries to save itself, but fails. Takes another pile of fire
damage.
damage. Yep. Screams, slashing its sword at the ends of this wall of fire that you've put up. Angelo.
This is my first time playing a warlock. Everyone's just gonna have to be patient while I figure this out.
No problem.
Since it's my first time, and maybe my only time, I might as well Eldritch Blast!
There you go. All right.
3 times. 3 times. You're over level 5.
Yeah, you get 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Oh!
All right. So 2
like
of the
this.
3
I'm
of those
better at
hit.
this. Oh, this is my thing.
So I need you to hit the Eldritch Blast on the roll 20 there. It'll give us damage for both of those.
For second 2, right?
Yeah, for the second 2.
Wow,
Oof.
impressive.
So you blast him 3 times in a row for a total of 16 damage. He dodges the first one and then is hammered by the other 3 or other 2. I know how to count. And this angel is now wobbling on their feet a little bit. And then seeing that Guillaume has escaped their friend, they rush over to try and take another swing at him. He's the primary target.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
It's not a disadvantage anymore because I've been hit. So 10, 20, 46 is 23 plus 10, 33 points.
Angel dives in with a vicious strike. Slashing at Guillaume. Guillaume, it's your turn.
Where is it? Not bad, not bad. And I touch myself, and guess where? Because I said it. And 5, I cast Healing Light on myself through my groin, and I recover 5d6 hit points.
Oof.
So
All right.
It's moments like these I really want to play the other Angelo. Perfect song.
All right, that gets you a good piece of that back.
And then, yeah, that's it. I look at the, I just stand there, because if I walk away, he's going to hit me again. So, at least you got the right one this time. What are you attacking that other guy for? He's not even known me for 2 days, eh?
You can touch my groin next, bro.
We can see that the heretic keeps company with other heretics.
Word.
Burn, baby, burn. 5d8.
Continues burning. Also, could I get a con save from Guillaume to keep that firewall up?
Oh, of course. Yes, yes, you can. Yeah. 13, so...
What's your spell save?
It's half the damage. How much damage did I take?
Oh.
10 plus... It was over double that, so yeah, pardon me, the concentration is broken by 1. Made it a 14.
All right. Very well. We'll say it stayed up for his turn. You just caught the back end of it.
Oh.
All right, Angelo, you're up.
I just want to do the same thing over and over again, but that's boring. I want to try some of these other spells out and cantrips and stuff while I can. Ooh, let's try this one. How far away is this? Oh, they're all pretty far away. Give me a second.
But you can certainly move. You got movement
Oops,
still.
I pressed the thing I didn't mean to press. Sure, let's go for it. I have to move first, though.
Okay.
Within 15 feet. So 30. And then... No, that's not close enough. Maybe I can't do that one next time.
Close enough to the one up on the dais.
Yeah, you could move diagonal and get up to him, couldn't you?
Back where you are, you can get within 15 feet of either one of them.
Really? I didn't know I could move
got to.
diagonally.
Oh, sure you can.
Like that?
Oh, yeah. Go
It
get him.
doesn't matter because it's only 9.
Well, he's still got to make a strength save. But
All
I don't
right.
think he's got it. Let's see how he does. And that's this one. Strength save. No, he didn't make it. So he takes 9 damage. And this one's barely
Nice.
holding
So
on.
for a little bit of
Drags them, right?
fan service and flavor over here, I mean, this Angelo is hot. The other one, he's nice, he's cute. This one is hot. He takes out this lightning lure whip, and he just, like, gets it right around and electrocutes this thing, and he's just kind of standing there like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the classic
Does lightning lure allow
pose
you to
that
pull
one
them
would
towards
expect.
you as well?
Definitely. Say that again?
Well then.
Does lightning lure
don't you
allow
get
you
to
to
pull?
move them? Doesn't it allow you to pull them
Yeah, within 10
if you choose?
feet toward you. Yeah, and then
Are you
it
pulling
takes
it
an
toward you?
extra, 1d8 lightning damage if it gets within 5 feet.
Which it
Okay,
does.
it did.
You take another 1d8,
So-
plus I'm not engaged with it anymore.
Throw another D8
How
up.
do I...
I can roll it
So-
for
On
you.
the
me
left-hand
press it.
side.
Okay, perfect.
All right, well,
That works.
okay, I
Oops.
rolled the 8, so we'll keep mine.
Okay, perfect. The
All right,
benevolent
this
Dungeon
angel-
Master Puck, everyone.
This angel is coughing up blood and is very, very, very badly damaged. As it attempts a one-handed swing of its sword against you.
Nice.
Does 11 break your AC?
No, sir.
Well, then I believe it is Guillaume's turn.
So, you got that one, eh? And without waiting for an answer.
Yeah,
I
leave
pull
this
out my
one for
light
me,
crossbow.
bud.
Yeah, I pull up my light crossbow and shoot this one up here.
All right.
I think I know how this thing works, eh? Maybe not.
Oof. Nope. That's another block. Blocks it with the
You know
sword.
that bolt's
Oh,
been
wait,
in
that was
there
the
so
wrong
long.
button. There we go.
All musty and broke when I shot it. Shit.
How did it take so long to catch this foolish heretic?
Oh yeah, okay.
And this one comes up to you, scarred with various burns, and makes a swing with the sword.
15 hits. For
All right.
15, because I take half of it.
All right. Next up is Angelo. Take us home, Angelo.
I wish. Let's hope this works. Dice gods, please. I am going to cast... It's going to automatically cast it at the highest level as a warlock, correct? I don't have to press anything?
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay. Here goes. No!
Oh,
gods!
no.
Why? Why? Hey, do
That's
I have
bad
any of those cool
news.
things that the chat gave me, like an advantage of some kind? Did somebody do something like that?
If I recall, Angelo had a bunch of these given to them.
At least have a reroll in there somewhere.
Come on. Follow through, chat. Vampire touch is so sweet.
Selling fresh in the market. Come on.
Come on.
That's good. I caught it today.
I got tea.
yes.
Come on.
Like
I wore a
Angelo
bow tie
does
today.
have-
Come on.
Angelo does have an ultimate charge, which they could then cash in for perhaps 2 advantage rolls. Or they could use an ultimate.
I'm kind of like trying to stall a little bit for chat. Tell me what to do. No. I really want to know what Dark Angelo's ultimate is. Yeah, I'm gonna take the advantage.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take the advantage.
Take the roll.
Try again.
All right. In his
Better?
weakened state, you grab onto him and drain the essence from this creature. Give me the damage. He is super dead. You discard a withered husk of an angel as the feathers, still alight with the embers of the angel's flame, trickle down around you.
Sexy.
Next up
Hey, I got
is the
another
dead
ultimate.
angel, but that. Yeah,
Thanks,
oh,
Ryle.
all right then. Another ultimate is given, and you still have 1 advantage roll. So we'll maintain that. Next up is a dead angel, but dead people don't get turns. That's a rule here.
Yep.
Next up, we have Guy Bouton, or Guillaume. Sorry, it says Guy Bouton's on the turn tracker because we didn't use a different token.
Yeah, I know. I should fix that. I can fix that actually. How's this guy looking? He's pretty. He got burnt for a couple rounds.
He got burnt for a couple
what?
rounds. He's in pretty rough shape as well.
You know what's really, really bad on burns, eh? Bugs. And I cast Infestation on him.
Oh, that's so mean.
So he DC 16 con save. He only takes 8 points of damage, but he takes no damage actually. Oh no, yes he does 16. So he takes 8 points of damage
Just
and
barely.
he twitches 5 feet in some randomly generated direction.
All right, eeny, meeny, miny, this way.
And yeah,
All right.
all over his freshly burned skin, there's many sharp-clawed beetles for just a couple seconds.
Oh, he is in very rough shape. Flaps his wing and attempts to do a flyby strike on you. So he moves across and makes one-handed longsword attack against you.
That'd work, yep. And that is 17 points.
All Right.
And he flies past, and like there's a spray. Not quite. Not fucking quite.
Hard slash. Angelo, you want to have another one?
So it says, yeah, until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns as an action. So
Yes, you
I'm
can.
gonna go get some more delicious goodness. And also, I get half of the amount of necrotic damage as health back.
Yes,
Cool.
you do.
What a cool spell. I'm going to get closer to you.
Angelo knows how to necro.
Isn't necromancy great?
It's so great. I'm loving it.
Ooh.
Oh, you just decided you'd like this and turned into a vampire in one roll.
So Angelo, feeling the hunger, runs past this discarded husk and grasps this angel on the sides of the head, and all of the energy drains out of them and into them as he discards another withered husk of an angel.
23 points of damage. You get 12 of that back.
Yes, you do.
I don't need you to touch my groin anymore. I'm good.
Holy shit, I'm
Actually, you
glad
could
you're
still
on my
do it
side,
if you
eh?
wanted to.
And now
Better be glad.
you guys are in this chamber with this floating dark crystal in the center and two destroyed husks of angels.
Thank you, I owe you my life, eh?
I don't know if I'd go that far. I was saving my own butt too.
While you think about that, I got another question for you.
Okay, I'm kind of curious what that thing is.
Yeah, it's about that, eh? I know we came here for
Okay.
me. But I never seen nobody in my whole life as sad as you, eh? If that thing there
Thank you.
takes out patrons, and it can only do it once, you want it?
Me?
Yeah, you, eh?
I only got one.
tricked,
You
eh?
got two.
I can tell. It don't matter. I got enough for both of us, eh? I can tell you got tricked. You don't make this decision on your own, eh? Somebody fooled you into this. I can tell from the look on your face, eh?
What? Fooled. Nah.
You want them gone?
I mean, he is annoying. I'm actually surprised he hasn't said anything yet.
I'm brooding with rage.
I don't see how that would be beneficial. You've got two that are dangerous. This one's not dangerous. He's annoying, but he's not dangerous. I think he's in it for the right reasons.
You think so, eh? You think he's on your side?
Yeah. I think so.
And
Why do you
never heard of one that was.
think he's not? What?
You don't need to listen to the answer to that.
Shut up for a second. What? They're not usually? I thought it was mutual. Like, you get something, you take something.
Yeah, you see that,
It's even.
that shit to whoever or whatever it is, he's lying to you, eh? I thought so, eh? They lie, eh? There is nothing equal in a relationship between the warlock and the patron, eh? There never will be, there never was, eh? Who's got all the power? Them, eh? Who's got all the responsibility? Us, eh?
Yeah, that's why we're getting rid of
Wondering-
yours, right?
We were going to, eh? But maybe I need
What's
mine,
the benefit? Well,
For you? You were
well
rid of
then
that
they're
voice
lying
in
to
your head
you,
forever.
right? I
I
don't
got
see.
told to save
If
a
I
old
don't
woman.
have this thing, I can't save anyone. I'm nothing.
Yes, and don't forget it.
I told you before, I got 2. That's enough for both of us.
What, you give me
You do
one
this,
of
I
yours?
come with you, we fix
Great.
whatever your problem is. Eh? I can't save the whole world, Angelo. It's too fucking big, eh? But maybe I can save you. Eh?
Sentiments of weaklings.
What if you're lying? What if you're trying to fool me? How do I know I can trust you?
You can't. Part of me's been lying to you since we met. I don't know you for 2 days, eh? These people trying to kill me, other people trying to kill me. This not even my world. They're trying to kill me here, eh?
You're not pleading your case well. How do we even know this thing is gonna do what we want it to? Maybe we should just investigate, see what happens. Make the choice on a whim.
Okay, you first. I want to look at these 2 and see if I can gather any evidence why they're here. I won't push you, Angelo. Eh? 10 minutes ago, I would have shoved you up there physically by the throat of your neck, eh?
Hey, you
Hear
just
that?
saw
He
what I
threatened
did
you.
alone. It's not that easy.
I said 10 minutes ago. That's before you saved my life. Eh? Look at me. He's at 2 hit points. I can put up with these 2
Angelo's
forever, eh?
gonna kneel in between both of the bodies and look them over. I'm not going first. What are you looking for here?
The thing with angels is they all got rules, eh? They're like devils. So I want to see if there's a contract and what it says, eh? I'm pretty
Okay,
fucking good
let's
with
find the
contracts, and if they
contract.
broke one, they're in shit up to their high balls and they don't even know it, eh?
We start investigating the bodies.
Very well. If you investigate the bodies, it doesn't take long to find the contract. It is an order for the apprehension or execution of the criminal and heretic. And it has a small drawing of Guy.
Is there a name? Is it Guy or Guillaume?
Is it a stick drawing?
Or is there even a name?
It is Guillaume. It is alias Guy, alias Guy Boutamps, alias multiple listed.
That's very useful information.
The drawing doesn't look a whole lot like the guy standing in front of you. It looks like a version of him that wears fancier clothes and, you know, is maybe a bit more colorfully dressed overall. But
Now
basically
I'm
they
picturing that
look
scene
the
in
same.
Tangled where they're like, it doesn't even look like me.
They never get the nose right. So it also says that
Look at the drawing.
anyone who is aiding this heretic is sanctioned for execution as well. They're wanted in the connections of the deaths of 5 Boros legionnaires.
Or we make that 7 now,
And at the bottom, it is signed the Boros Alliance.
Do I know what that is?
I don't know. Do you? Just let's do a check. Let's roll some dice. I think it's a history thing or a religion thing.
While
Whatever you
you
like.
do, I take out my quill and ink because I have it, and I cross out the 5, and I put a 7 next to it, and at the bottom I write 7:0. Next to it, halftime score. And I put it back on the chest of the one of the dead ones, and I stand up.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
I pressed
He
the
owns a
button,
prick.
but it didn't roll. I'll try pressing
Okay.
it again. It still didn't roll.
Okay, what'd you get? Or did it roll on the other end and you...
But I have...
Oh, hey, there we go.
Coming through.
Okay, so you got a 1.
Oh, dear.
You got a 1 and an 18. So we kind of hit both ends of the spectrum there. Yeah, you never heard of these guys
I did not want to
before.
use my advantage on that. No way.
That's fair. That's fair. Guillaume, you haven't heard of these Boros Legionnaires either. This is weird.
Yep.
It's not the
Doesn't
name
matter.
of the guard that you're familiar with.
No. But to be clear, these ones are dressed like my homies, right?
They bear a sigil that seems to be some combination of what you're familiar with and something else.
Alternate
they
version
want
of
you for?
haters, eh? Huh?
What'd you do?
Hey, I just invented the alt-hate.
I need an answer, bro. What do
I'm
they want
sorry,
you
I
for?
was
What'd you
being a
do?
smart ass. What did you ask?
Yeah, I got you. What'd you do?
I killed my dad in cold blood in his own house with his back turned to me while he was worshiping at the altar.
Why?
I thought I was freeing a whole nation of people. In fact, I was starting a civil war.
Is your dad evil?
No. He's an angel.
He's your dad.
He was, yeah.
Family.
He was, yeah. And I hated him only because he was not like me.
I don't understand that at all.
There's a moment, or maybe moments, in every single person's life that ever lived, eh? And at that moment, you make a decision, and the whole world changes, eh? I know this because I seen the guy on the other side. The guy who didn't kill my dad, didn't kill his dad. The pronouns, they get weird, eh? And
it
he
was
don't only
worse?
save his,
It was bad?
he saved my world for me, eh?
By not killing your dad.
Yeah. And then by going to my
So
world
why
where
did
I
you do
and
this?
taking- I didn't know. I was
What
a
could
big
possibly
child,
be
eh?
the reason? Walk me through the brain process here.
I told you about the party we had, eh? That I had the day I became a warlock, eh? And before that, I told you about all the tricks I played, eh? And every time
Murder isn't
I
a
play
trick.
No, but I had enough. Every time I make a trick, he beat me. And then he don't let nobody heal me, and he make me wait days and days and days and heal like a human, eh? And I don't stop. I make
said
another
he
trick, and he
wasn't
make another
evil.
beating. I know that now. He was trying to make me better, and he
That-
failed.
That is evil.
Oh, I am evil for sure, no question. Eh? Not him,
Not
not my
you.
father.
Your dad. Who does that to his kid?
Somebody who wants his kid to grow up to be a proper person, eh? Not an asshole.
That's bad modeling if you don't want your kid to be an asshole. Don't be an asshole then. So what? He's this big guy then? Your dad was this big leader or something, and now everybody wants to get you because of what you did?
He's number 2 in the whole place, eh? The only guy above him is the king, eh? And you think I'm not evil? That civil war I told you about, eh? I could have stopped it at any moment. All I had to do is take my father's sickle and walk into the room and say, I take his job and sit in his chair. And it stops like that. Bang! I don't do it. The other version
And
of
you
me
have
did it
a
for
reason.
me. And he told me I have to save
Because
this
of the
world. And
things
that's
in
too
your
big.
head?
I'm not. The two in my head, they are crazy, but I can deal with them. Eh? It's like how you say chronic pain. Eh? You get used to it. Eh?
So they didn't make you do evil things?
I begged them for power. They asked only that I do chaos. The word evil was never mentioned. Eh?
Do you need anything else from these bodies?
No.
And then to Kadaber, do we need to do anything else with these bodies?
No, we already have their energy. Thanks to you, my noble partner.
Yeah. And I stand up. I'm facing the orb thing.
Now, Angelo,
Ray.
you just need him
What?
to put a little bit of his blood on the crystal at the center of the pedestal. And then he needs to smash it. And that will cause
Smash
his
it?
pact to be broken. Yes.
Easy enough.
But once he does,
Shall we?
be sure to have your blade ready to gather the energy.
Oh yeah. My blade's ready.
So, who's getting on that
You know
pedestal?
those moments I was, yeah. You know those moments I was talking about? I think you're having one right now, eh? And I'm still crouched on the floor.
I think all you need to do is make yourself bleed and crush it.
Ooh.
Should be easy enough to do.
He's got an ultimate charge.
And Angelo steps closer and looks back at Guillaume, trying to beckon him over.
I start towards you. You never told me why you cut this deal, eh?
I did tell you. Something terrible happened to me, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else. So I need the power to get to be strong enough to stop it.
What if I told you I could stop it for you?
I don't know if I can trust you.
You can't. He's offering
Can't.
you a babysitter.
You can't trust me. Look though, into these eyes. I lie my whole life, eh? I'm shitty at telling the truth. Look. I don't care what your problem is. I can fix it. I'm a fucking angel. I can fix it. And we can save you.
He's right. All he needs to do is step on the platform and finish the ritual. Then he will be rid of his problem, and yours will be fixed. You'll have all the power you need.
Are you talking about giving up your powers to give to me?
No. I am talking about using my powers to bend time and space if we need to. I have traveled from an alternate world. There is no limit to what I am capable of, eh?
Bend time? You can bend
I
time?
can break all the rules. There's no rule I can't break once, eh?
You can go
To
back
do that,
in time?
I have to keep... I have not. But I'm sure I can. Or at the
How can you
very
be sure?
least. You ever met a cleric?
Probably.
You ever met a cleric that just thinks they just had a conversation with their god?
No.
Okay, I try a different way. The two ladies in my head, eh?
Yeah.
They admire chaos more than anything else in the world, eh? But secondly, they like to punish rules and regulation, eh?
Yeah.
They don't like them being told what to do, eh?
That's why you're getting rid of them.
That's why I was going to get rid of them, eh? But I can't help you if I got rid of them, eh?
I'm insignificant in comparison to all of the people I'm trying to save here.
That is the mistake I have made my whole life, is thinking that some people don't count, eh? They don't count because I don't care. That's not true. And I care, eh? So you're wrong on 2 counts.
Don't be foolish, Angelo. The only way this fool can help you is by releasing the power that we need. He's on death's door. You just saved his life. And you think without my assistance he's going to help you? You had to save him. Don't be a fool.
Kadabra, I don't like the way you talk to me. If you're there to help me, these words you use are not kind.
Angelo, you of all people know that the world itself is not kind. I am just trying to prepare you for the harsh realities you have ahead. If you want to become strong, I cannot coddle you. You understand this better than anyone. Do you think his soft words have saved him? He would be bleeding out on the floor right now if it wasn't for you.
But I am sad.
Then think about how happy you will be with the power you're about to gain.
Power won't make me happy. Power might make you happy.
You don't know. You haven't tried it yet. I say maybe give power a try. You might really like it.
I have a little. I felt power just now with the angels.
My power.
I've had
I
you.
gave it to you.
Right. And it didn't make me happy.
Okay. But what is happiness to you if you're not alive to enjoy it?
Huh. That doesn't matter. Happiness is something you can feel for a moment, and it's worth an eternity. But this eternity of pain isn't worth it. And he takes the sword and he cuts his own hand and he slams it
Angelo,
onto the
no!
crystal.
Don't do this! You have
It's
no
too
idea
late.
what you're giving up!
To the crystal.
All right. And we'll find out what happened later. Meanwhile.
Thank you both for that scene. Holy crap. Thank you.
Everybody take a deep breath. Now we got to do a thing. Penn. You are standing surrounded by the horrific creations of the Phyrexians. Thought is screaming in your mind. Destroy them! Destroy them! Destroy all of them now!
Are they... Because they were coming towards me. Have they got me enclosed in at this point?
You have an audience of these things encircling you, and they are just standing, looking at you.
Love that. There's so many. I don't even have... I can hold them off, but I can't kill this many right now.
Why not?
I think about my own limitations for a moment and mull it over, and I'm just... I don't know what I am anymore. I'm a little bit of everything. I'm apparently a little bit of you now for some reason. I don't even know why we made that decision. I'm just, at this point, just for time's sake, I'm going to cast Tiny Hut.
Okay.
So, Brian and Thought and I are all in this dome, which we can see out of perfectly, but we're kind of opaque on the inside. And yeah, I'm just like having this little breakdown that is probably long overdue. We can't. Why did I even come here? I don't even remember. Why did
You
I
came
listen to
because you are the avatar of thought, and it is your job to destroy them.
I am something, but I am not just that. I am at least 3 things at the moment.
And then the Tome Keeper is floating in this hut with you and says, you are the Tome Keeper. It is your job to collect all of the knowledge that exists in this world. He is the avatar of thought. He is to stop these beings from ending all thought.
I'm going crazy. We finally hit that point. These are delusions. This doesn't. What?
And
Are we
then
separated?
the other you, who is sitting next to you, says, maybe we have.
Not dead, I don't think.
No, if you were dead, I would need to find a new Tome Keeper. And I would have to find a new avatar of thought.
But
I'm pretty sure we're not dead. What do you think?
I don't.
Do we feel dead?
I don't know anymore. I don't know who you're all parts of me, and yet why am I still here if we've separated? What?
And the other
I'm
you is
just
like, yeah,
reeling.
things have gotten really out of hand.
Are there like things tapping on the glass at this point?
No, they're all just staring.
I'm sure you've all had it together your entire lives. You don't know what it's like. You don't have 4 people in your heads. 4, 3.
I am ageless. I have had it together forever. There was a brief moment in early Archivists that I did not have it together, but that has long since passed. I mean, I'm just like you. I come apart for various things. But, you know, my friends hold me together. Oh, I guess you don't have those anymore.
I don't know where they all went, and I haven't had a clear head for so long.
Aw, it's okay. I'm your friend. And the other you hugs you.
I'm probably tearing up. I don't know what's going on, and we're about to get eaten, and this is a really weird time for me. And I don't even want you here, and I point at the ball. You've been an asshole this whole time.
You picked me!
I thought you'd be nicer. I thought it was only logical to treat people kindly. That's why I always have, because it just makes sense. That's my thought on the matter.
And as you utter that statement, shouting it out in this tiny hut, you look around to see that you are alone.
Like, completely alone? Like, thought and, like...
The ball's still there, and Brian's still there. But these projections, these other yous, these riders that you have had kicking around are not physically manifested in this hut with you.
Okay. I know I'm not a warlock anymore, but I have to ask, can I still attempt to do something with awakened mind to Brian? It's essentially like a mental insight check, I guess, is what we're looking at. I'm asking if I can do.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Essentially, with my mind, or however, I'm trying to reach out and be like, Brian, are you my dog, or are you a creature of thought?
And this creature is looking at you with its bizarre mutated face. and it begins to speak to you in another voice. I don't know. How can I know what I am if you don't know what you are?
Brian, don't be getting philosophical with me right now. I can't do this. Are you even real? Is any of this real? Am I in a hut? Are there Phyrexians? Am I imagining this?
Oh. If you were imagining it, this next part would be really weird. And then you fall through the floor. Penn, you are falling through images of all of the decisions that have led you to this point. They're all flying past you. In various states, places, like memories. You can see in the distance as you fall through what seems to be this endless void, the three beings that now inhabit your mind with you, watching on with indifference. Until eventually, you tumble out into a cave. Brian is gone. The orb of thought is gone. And there is a spindly cloaked man standing in front of you. One of his legs is made out of a collection of steel and gears. And you can see clearly one of his arms are as well. Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
And I'll scramble to my feet and pull out my staff and be like, "Are you just another Phyrexian? Or is this where they end up? Did you tear me apart?"
Oh, I'm like them. And he looks at his normal hand and he looks at the other one. That's all like a metal claw. But I'm also not like them. I'm getting a lot of visitors. Had to get rid of the other guy. Wasn't ready. Didn't like buttons.
Who are you? Where is this?
This is here. I'm me. But you don't know who you are. Any of you. I guess that's the problem. Too many cooks in the kitchen. It's a common thing. I know it pretty well. How do you feel about buttons?
I mean, like the kind on your shirt, or like the kind you like push because you're curious and want to know what it does?
I'd say both. I don't really understand the difference. You can push both buttons. You want some? I got some right here. And he pulls out like a handful of buttons.
Sure, thank you. And I'll take his whatever he's given me.
And he like haphazardly dumps them into your hand and they tumble all over the floor.
I'm sorry, my hands aren't that big.
That's okay. There's buttons everywhere. You just gotta know which ones to push. So what are you looking for? All of you. Maybe the blue one, or the book one, the little book one. There's a lot of yous. You should charge rent. Like an apartment complex.
And at the mention of that, I'll kind of shudder. No, it's not like that. I am me. There's a lot of me, but there's one recent part of me that I just picked up because like I was looking for help and I thought I needed him, and I don't. He's not doing so good. He's kind of
Yeah. He's not real. A lot of them aren't. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that. Never mind. We can move on.
But you said it. You said it though, and now
Did
you
I?
can see him.
I'm sorry. I must have forgotten. Anyways.
Okay. Do you need something? Can I like help you? Like you need to.
Oh, you were nice. I like that. No, I don't think I can be helped anymore. But after I talk to the other guy, I think I can maybe help somebody else. So anyways, what do you think of this place? It's dark. It's kind of nice. A lot of visitors, though. Too much foot traffic these days. Although, not too bad having the company. You're alone for a little while, you start to lose your mind.
Yeah, I guess the real.
So why don't all of
question-
you sit down?
I'll look for a chair or something.
There's nothing.
Okay. I'll take these buttons and I'll put them in my pocket. And
Sure.
and yeah, I'll sit on the floor and just be like, "Thank you, you're hospitable."
Oh, I like that. You're nicer than the other guy, ready to believe things. But I guess this is how you end up where you are, and how I ended up how I am, and how we ended up where we are. Where we are is here, and who I am is me, and who you are is everyone.
Wait, whoa, back up there. I'm a couple people, but I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm everyone. That's far, isn't it? That's a little far.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't want to go too far. Maybe I should slow down. So anyways, we got here because we wanted to help. Isn't that right? I feel like I used to want to help. I feel like I used to want to help a lot. Isn't that what you like to do?
And I'm like
Are you a helper?
routinizing this. This isn't me, right? This is not another
No,
me.
this isn't you.
I tried to. I've tried to. Different aspects of me have tried to. Some of them with different agendas, and I'm just like really like just there's a concerned look on my face at this guy. Like I don't know. I don't know what I've been doing anymore. I've just been trying to save a different me, but I also kind of hurt them too.
Do you like to juggle?
Not particularly. I was never very dexterous.
I used to like to juggle a lot. You get a bunch of things in the air. There's a fluidity to it. One hand to another, up in the air, and over again. It happens so easily, you can turn your brain off. But then, one piece goes out of place, and everything falls down. At that point, you scramble. You move everywhere you can to try and catch the falling pieces. Sometimes you trip over yourself, fall flat on your face. I think life's a lot like that. Wouldn't you agree? Hey, how do you feel about levers?
Levers are just vertical buttons. They have
Oh, I
more.
never thought of it that way. Vertical buttons. Like if you put them in a stack and pulled on them, I guess they'd fall down.
Yes.
But anyways, enough about me and buttons. What do you want? All of you.
There's just kind of a lean back. I just want to fix what we messed up. I want to be able to be one of me again and keep the people I care about safe and be able to hug my patron. That's something I used to want to do. I still want to do.
Oh. That's weird. How do you unbreak something? If you find out, let me know. 'Cause I don't know how to do it.
I don't know yet either. I can mend something for you. I know a spell. If you broke a button or anything in here.
Okay. Mend the world. Can you do that? I know it's a lot to ask. We just met. I haven't even offered you anything. Suppose I gave you my buttons.
You did give
Is
me
that
buttons.
sufficient for mending the world? I'm not up on the current currency.
Do my best to do that. There's a
How
lot
will you
going
do
on.
it?
I used to travel with. I used to have friends. But we're not the same people we were. I'm not. And they're nothing's the same, and everyone kind of moved in different directions and not doing good things anymore. We're trying, but
Oh. Hey. I've never been really good at making friends. So good for you on that front. You're a lucky guy. You got roommates and friends. I wish I had either of those things. All I got is visitors, and buttons, and these metal hands. But anyways, do you like snow? I've always been fond of snow. Covers everything up. Makes the whole world clean. Isn't that nice?
yeah, I know a few ice spells. I know a snowball spell actually. And I'll kind of squint. Are you a metaphor? Are you like my mind doing the? Are you? Are you my
No, I
subconscious?
don't think so.
My conscience? Are you?
I don't know. Am I telling you to do the right thing? Maybe I could
You're not
be your
really telling
conscience.
me anything. You're just kind of asking questions, which is what I like to do. So we have that in common. Are you God? Like God? I don't know.
Oh, if I was, I think I probably would have done better.
I mean, I'm not.
That said,
If you.
maybe we should start over.
now?
My name's Merle. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Merle. I'm Penn, I think.
Welcome to my failure, Penn. I have buttons and levers.
What did you do to get here? Why is it a failure?
Nothing. And that's why.
Okay. Well, do you want to do something now?
Yeah, I was doing something a minute ago, but I got off track, so I had to start over. And I think I'm doing something again. Anyways, you wanted to help people, but things got out of hand. You kept reaching out for something new, and something new, and something new. But it didn't help, did they? They just stacked on top of each other, like trying to wear too many hats. Never could pull off hats myself. More of a robe guy. You a robe guy, Penn?
I do like robes, but I also like hats, so I'm a little biased.
Well, you shouldn't wear hats on top of each other. You're liable to lose one in the snow.
Yeah.
Hey. If you could break it down to just you again, do you think that would help?
Just me?
Yeah. Are you enough on your own, Ben? I know I'm not.
I don't think I ever felt like I was. That's why there was always someone else. But then they all either compiled or left. All the people that were there that kept me on track have slowly drifted away. I don't know where half of them are. I don't know if half of them care anymore. He probably doesn't even know I'm missing.
Hey. You sound like you're lost. I don't blame you. Nobody can find their way around here. It all looks the same. Here's a good place to find yourself. Education. That's something to think about.
Right.
School's a good place. Never went myself. They didn't have it here. You learn a lot about yourself, I hear. Maybe make some new friends. That'd be nice. Then I'd have somebody to talk to all these house guests.
Where... You told me your name was Merle after you said that you were you. Well, me. But you said the word me, but you meant you. Anyway, and then you said now you're Merle. Where is here? Here must have a name, too. Where is here?
Oh, it goes by a couple names. I used to be responsible for it, but then they changed the name. But I guess they call it New Phyrexia now. I'm not a big fan of it. New is kind of like a common name replacer.
Yeah?
You gotta ask yourself if this is the new place, what happened to the old one.
Yeah, what happened to the old
Just raises a
one,
lot of
Merle?
questions.
Merle, where's the old one? What's the new Merle? No. I'm very
So
concerned, Merle.
Yeah, you got that look about you. But that's
How did
okay.
I get
You got them
here?
buttons.
I do, and they're nice, and I'll pull them out and look at them. Yeah. Are they still
Oh.
buttons, I hope?
They're still buttons. It's just like spiders.
See, I was thinking teeth or something.
Teeth. Maybe. Look, it could be a lot of things. Look, I suppose I should lay it out. I saw it all go down. I decided to intercept you. That metal man, he sent you on a trip. Did you find anything out about yourself?
I got a lot going on, and I don't like this other Eldritch being. He's kind of rude. I don't really think he cares about me.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Relationships are hard. Of course, I don't really know much about them. Never had any friends. Just house guests.
I had a patron, and he was good. Is he part of me still?
Isn't
I don't
he better?
know. I don't.
Didn't you talk to
No.
him?
He's me. I'm lost. I feel more like me again, but I don't. This is out of context. This is like taking one page of a book and then skipping to a completely different book. I was somewhere. I was on the ground. I was arguing with thought and wondering what to do about Brian and the Phyrexians. And now you're here and I'm in a hole. And new Phyrexia? Why? Who did that?
Oh, that's a long story. I don't know if you're ready yet. But I learned a lot when the other guy came. So I figured I'd give you a hand. I saw you floating through. That metal man sent you down a bad path. Thought I'd show you where it leads. Wasn't that fun? Anyways, good lesson. Everybody take a bow. Well, you were technically the audience, but I appreciate the gesture.
I think I'm everything now. I don't know.
I get it. You're confused. I just need you to answer 2 questions. I get confused sometimes, too. So I just play with the levers. I lost the thread. All right. The questions. Ones that you need to answer. What do you want? And who do you want to be?
I want to fix what we came here to fix, to make sure what happens in our world doesn't happen here. To make sure everyone's safe. And I want to be me. I want to be Kenneth and Wright, Homekeeper of the Grand Archivist.
Oh. Is that all? I was worried. I thought you might ask for something difficult. Like a tray of meats or something. I don't have a lot here for food. That's easy. Let's play with the buttons. And he sits cross-legged on the ground and starts arranging these buttons in front of him. You want to stop what's happening, and you want to be Penn Wright, the Tome Keeper. Right? Mr. Wright.
Yes.
And I guess that's the right answer. And he pushes one of the buttons. And a small metal thread comes down, holding a pamphlet.
In front of me?
Yep. The pamphlet says on the front, "Welcome to Candlekeep." And then you fall through the floor again. Meanwhile,
Love it.
back at the academy, Richard is hanging out with Richard and Alan and everybody at the academy. He has just finished unfolding everything that is going on according to alternate universe Richard. And at this point, Spoonie says, "Yeah, we kind of figured something was up. But Cookie left a note for everybody when he left. So we're kind of going along business as usual, unless anything goes off the rails. What I'm more concerned about is these earthquakes we've been having. You notice them?
A little bit. We haven't been getting them nearly as bad in Waterdeep.
It's a little weird, don't you think?
Well, what would you define as normal in this world of ours?
All right, fair enough, but we ain't had this much earthy activity in a long time. So this is a little unusual for this place.
Fair.
And what's worse is we're getting reports from our scouts. And one of them come back the other day, infected with some black goo.
Black goo?
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Luckily. Yeah, he's all right now. Luckily. There was a bugbear druid. Somebody fresh out of class from Golden Fields. They were able to get some bats to help out with that. And we were able to bottle up the goo. And we got her, and we got Ogbog checking it out now. But what we also got
some of the goo?
is this jar of goo. Absolutely. We got it in a jar. We get Wormspurt to bring it around. And Wormspit comes and he's got this jar of thick black goo. It's like, it's good to see you again, Richard. How is the bar?
It is going pretty well. I kind of want to check again. I left some new guy in charge. Is worrying. Apparently Zhivago is helping out with problems as well, which is extra worrying.
Well, I am training in litigation, so perhaps I can assist you with that after the fact. But in the meantime, here's the jar.
Yeah, cool. We'll all get on a nice conference call. Thanks for the jar. Jesus, I'm worried about my bar. I mean, equivalency of Dungeons and Dragons, Jesus.
Is it AO? All right. He hands you the jar and kind of waits patiently for you to take a look at it.
Sifting through my memories, I'm going to try to remember the name of the laboratory we went to. It had this stuff.
It didn't have a name, but you do know. Just looking at it, this looks very similar to the stuff that got into your wooden parts before you got cut in half.
So, this does not look great. This isn't the same black goo that I drank before. This seems like something new. Hey,
Alan's like, should I try a bit?
No, not you fully. Just like maybe part of like can I borrow? How fast do you regrow hands?
First of all, you can't just ask somebody that. Second of all, what the hell, man? Third of all, I'm way ahead of you. Give me the jar.
So you already okay. Just I don't want you yourself to become sick from this thing.
Oh, yeah, no, we'd hate that. I might turn into some big, horrible tree monster and then menace at us at our bar. That would be terrible.
Yeah, it would be! Like, I'm imagining both of us are looking directly at King Richard.
He's like, what are you looking at? You're him! Anyways.
Just both of us looking...
Cracks the top of it. And, like, Groot style, grows his finger down and, like, takes a little bit of it. And it instantly tries to begin to climb up the finger and get into it. And he slams the jar down and breaks off the branch inside. And he's like, whoa! Oh!
I was actually...
Sits back.
So we won't be needing the pruning shears. Snip, snip.
No, I just broke it off. I'm fine, by the way. Thanks for that.
That's why I asked for, like, a body part as opposed to you doing it physically, because this seemed like a terrible idea. And that's coming from me.
If it wasn't attached, I wouldn't have known.
It's a terrible idea. It's a very bad idea.
Well, if it wasn't attached, I wouldn't have known, Richard. What do you want me to do? I did the thing.
Safe?
Now we got it. What? Look.
Oh, God.
It's fine.
Salem, I'll need to be right back.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Now the dog. Look, you got the dog's bark. And he sets the jar on the counter and steps back, falling into his chair. And he says, Richie, we gotta go. We gotta go to that place. We gotta find this.
Place? I just got the dragon.
Where you left your legs, dude.
Oh! I left... Did I leave... I left a leg. The other one we sewed
okay,
back
well...
on. Like, I lift up a pant leg and just look at the scar. I just lift up my shirt and look at the scar from where I was cut in half.
It should be a fresh body. We gotta talk to somebody about this. Okay. I think the deal is that should be a fresh body. But anyways, regardless of that, we gotta go. Like, we need to wrap this up and we gotta go.
Okay, who wants to come on an adventure with us? Because someone
it's fine. No, everybody stay here. We're gonna go clean up our mess. Don't you fucking bring anybody on this. Don't you fucking... And everybody we bring with us is a liability. Don't even fuck with me on this. Okay, we'll be back soon. Bye.
We might have to bring the wriggling dragon with us. She's being difficult. There are fresh wounds in his arm.
Okay, but she stays in the tree. She stays with the tree with Big Richard. Let's go.
Yeah, that's fine. Probably safer with him anyways. Yeah, I can't really fight. You know this, right? We're kind of screwed if we get into an altercation.
You can see, right? Hi, everybody. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. It's crazy.
We're going. Everything's fine. We're just getting out.
The cart. Alan's like shoving you out.
We should make the cart again. Big Richard, come on. We need to go. Come on. Yeah.
The moment you're outside, Alan is like walking around like, oh no.
What exactly
that goo's
happened?
Alive.
Clearly.
Yeah. But that's not the only part of it. And it's looking for more. It wants to grow. It wants to expand. We gotta find this stuff. It takes over organic.
Shit.
And we're gonna take a break right there.
Apologize.
That's okay.
Always go to break on an expletive. That's a good rule.
All right, we'll be back in 15 minutes. Enjoy these messages.
Hither, thither, or
Well, adventurers, things are certainly getting interesting with these alternative characters. And I'm so glad we got to see that fellow in the cave again. Such a charming individual. But before we get back into it, Puck, why don't you tell us who we're playing with tonight?
Absolutely. It's better than the other nights that I spend not playing. Okay. So welcome back to Too Many Warlocks. I am a very lucky dungeon master in that I get to play with all these cool people that all do cool things on the internet in their own right. And I like to take this moment at halftime to allow them to all talk about the cool things that they do on the internets. Starting with no particular, you know what? It was his birthday on Saturday. We're going to start with Guy.
All right. Yeah, I am over at Dirty 20 Gaming on many of the medias. For the most part, it's Twitch is back to normal. We're down to 2 nights a week until the end of the year, and then that's in preparation, because in the new year there's going to be 4 shows a week going on over there. And also don't miss us over at YouTube as well for all the previous content. And also this week I would be more than happy if any of you would like to join our Discord chat over at Dirty 20 Gaming as well. So anywheres around there you can find me and watch me and my friends play.
All right.
We'll see what happens here next week.
Oh, yes. And then from there, we go to Angelo, our half-orc bard. What's going on, Angelo?
Hi, everyone. Not much. I've still got some art going on at Saber_Sensei, and I've posted 2 new pieces today. And by new, I mean really, really old. If you'd like to see what my art looked like back in 2008 and 2009, that's what I posted today. So come check it out.
Oh.
And that's about it for me.
Hey, look, it looks better than any of the art I have ever created. So definitely check that out for Angelo there.
I don't know if you've checked out the 2009 one yet.
Oh, man. I don't know. Look, I'll show you some of my art sometimes. It can be charitably described as an effort. So let's move on to Penn.
Hi, I'm Penn. Also, Noctum Sky. You can find me over on YouTube. I do gaming stuff here and there. The last thing I played was Baldur's Gate, and I'm trying to work on more stuff. But, you know, we got stuff going on here, too. So if you want to go see the most recent thing I was in, go check out Hearts of Darkness 2. That was a lot of fun. I may or may not have gotten in some trouble, but you'll see. You'll just have to find out. So you remember, you were there.
I mean, you were helped out by a helpful
I was
Noel.
helped out. That was a very helpful Noel. I love him.
And last but not least, Richard, what's going on over in the Typey Types?
Well, in the Typey Types, we are welcoming a wonderful new person, Marianne Mystery, who has put up one of her first posts on the site. Please be sure to check it out. That is the long and the short of it. Please be sure to check out thescarredadventure.com. It's a lot of fun I have with a bunch of people, and some people are actually becoming, and some of the people I've added have become much more instrumental to the site than I even am, I think, at some points. So thank you. Yeah, please be sure to check it out.
Sorry, guys, the command is still Lucas. we up and retired Richard last season. He's got too many names.
Apparently,
that's me. I went into Nightbot and I cleaned out a bunch of stuff. All right, so that is all of these cool people. Be sure to check all of them out in their various incarnations. And since we started, man, it's going to be rapid fire in the second half, guys. So since we started with Guillaume and Angelo last time and ended with Richard, we're going to start with Richard and end with Guillaume and Angelo in the second half. So, Richard, having been just hurried out of the bar by Alan, along with Talem. Talem takes her place up in the tree as you all begin to trundle along, with Alan kind of pushing you guys forward. He's like, man, we fucked the pooch on this one. We fucked the pooch bad.
Look, we only mostly fucked the pooch. It was other people's stuff too. Granted, it was mostly us, but still, there were other people involved.
We shouldn't have touched it. Why did we touch it?
We didn't touch it. It kind of fell onto us.
Okay.
I mean, but we shouldn't
have
touched
burnt
the
that
mask.
leg.
I mean, did we really
You
have
should
time?
Burnt the leg.
We didn't really have time.
No, we. Okay, look, hindsight's 20/20. There's a lot of things we could have done. The point is, maybe we can clear this up. All right? Maybe we can get this sorted out before anybody notices that we accidentally an apocalyptic horror on the world.
Look, you know, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, this is no use crying over spilt apocalyptic horrors. Way to look on the bright side, Rich.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, see, it's all, you know, what we think about it. No, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, how are we it's one of those things, like, we didn't purposefully try to set off the apocalypse this time.
Hey.
This just happened!
Yeah, this is accidental. We accidentally did an apocalypse. That's cool. Everybody will understand, right? Okay, so...
Still, it's better than some of the other alternate people that have come to our universe and are purposefully fucking it up.
Hey, not fucking...
Yes, you are.
Point taken.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other conversation that we need to
That's a
have.
very different thing. And it's
But I hope he
aggravating.
can help us with this. This is technically on you, big guy, as well. All right? This is all of us. This is a pact. Because you're us.
No, it's not, you dick. And no,
We're
I'm not just
all in
saying your
this
name
together.
in a shortened form.
All right. So here's the plan. We're going to go look for it. We're going to track it
Fire suit
down.
and hope that we never see it again.
Yes. That is
Look,
what we're going to do.
This is just plan B in most situations.
Okay, that works for this.
Plan A was get someone else to do it for us. And that doesn't work anymore, so we move to plan B, which is burn the place down. Why do you think we keep all those... Why do you think we keep the bottles of alcohol so haphazardly placed around the bar? Plan B, man!
I wish you would stop doing that, number one. Because we're both flammable. I'm a little more flammable. Only
We're about the
slightly.
same level.
But I'm a little more flammable.
It's only if you get dried out.
Well, I suppose so. So look, how you don't have any tracking skills. Maybe we can use you as bait. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a part of us. Maybe you can commune with the green like we used to.
Green.
Yes.
It's a big
Yes.
thing. I don't want to
Yes.
go into that.
That's a thing we used to do.
Yes, it's a thing we did not very well. I don't know what the idea was behind it. We just never really seemed to fully make use of it.
I'm like a tree, so we can do that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm a little stressed out.
No, I didn't know. We just happened to... It's not like we just spilled a glass of milk, but the glass of milk was apocalypse. It wasn't like that at all. Of course you're stressed out!
Okay. So, maybe it's still there. Maybe it's still there in the ruins. And somebody like touched it or poked it.
I don't know. I mean, I think we were all in like another plane of existence during that debacle, even still.
Okay.
As well.
Probably. But,
I mean, we made use of that feature a lot.
Yeah. What I'm saying is maybe the leg is still there in the ruins. And if we just find the leg and burn it, we're done.
I mean, let's check the ruins, but chances aren't great that the leg will stay there. I mean, let's be honest, Alan, it's basically part of us, and would we have stayed still?
No.
And this is also from our super depressed period, where nothing matters and we're nihilists. So, you know, that was great. We need therapy. We both need therapy. This is a thing that we need to talk about some other time.
You need therapy. I'm a therapist.
Therapy works for therapists too. It's not like, I'm a firefighter. I can never get lit on fire.
I can get lit on fire. That's my problem with your whole Plan B situation. You're being very insensitive. I'm sorry. I just... Woo! Okay. So... Let's just go look at it. Let's go look at it, and if it's gone...
Have we even tried Plan A? We'll skip Plan B, but, you know, once we get to the leg, we'll go and do Plan B, but, you know, till then, we'll skip Plan B.
Yeah,
we'll
skip Plan B. No fire yet. Just this time. If we find it, fire is Plan A.
Got it. So Plan B will be, I don't know, acid?
If fire doesn't work...
Something that can corrode both through metal and wood?
If fire doesn't work,
solution,
like...
an acidic solution.
What are you... Okay. So, like, if it doesn't work, if fire doesn't work, Plan A.2, run. Get away. Plan B, something else. Maybe that acid basis thing, whatever you were doing. Did you take a chemistry course? Where is this coming from?
Dude, we're bartenders. We need to know this shit.
Yeah. Oh, I guess.
This isn't some, if we don't know it, it'll be fine. It's this, if we don't know it, we could blow something up.
I told you not to buy the liquor from that back alley vendor. We wouldn't have this problem.
It was pretty inexpensive, and they seem to love it, so...
Most other bars don't have to worry about blowing up for mixing drinks.
Yeah,
I asked some patrons.
That's fun.
Yeah, okay, fun it is. Okay, come on, Tall, Dark, and Gruesome. We're gonna go look for a ruined pit, which is the perfect metaphor for our lives. Let's just go.
I mean, perfect metaphor for his life. I'm pretty pleased with how ours ended up.
Oh, are we? Are we now?
I am.
I was until this morning.
Yeah, no. This isn't. We haven't stopped. This is just a vacation from ourselves, where we do something insanely stupid, because other people are insanely stupid. Okay, let's go.
We gotta fix this leg, man. Let's just find the leg.
Yeah.
We'll find the leg, and everything will be cool.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
So I guess we need to keep moving. So, yeah, cracks the reins ever so slightly.
Transform. oh, I get it. Fine. And takes on his horse form. Sorry, I got stressed out. I forgot about the horse thing.
I mean, it's a key part of the transportation process.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. I get it. Let's just go. Just go. And he began rolling out towards the ruins of this place that you long left behind. What seems like ages ago.
Wait, didn't we also
With
see
Richard
reality shattering around here?
There's
There's a lot of weird, fucked up shit that happened around here.
there is a lot of stuff happening around here. There's a lot to take in. We haven't seen reality shatter just yet. But maybe this is back. Okay. Maybe these things are unrelated. I hope they're unrelated.
Yes, like our clinical depression and our constant trying to kill ourselves. Definitely unrelated.
You're not helping. I want optimism.
I'm not trying to.
Fine. And you continue on your journey towards this place. While we go back and check in, we're going in a little bit of a weird order. We're going to go back to Angelo and Guillaume. No, that's not a good song for that. Let's go with this. Angelo, Guillaume, when last we left you, Angelo, you have decided that it is time to sever your pact with Cadaver. You swing your sword, and the crystal shatters. The blast of energy launches your sword from your hand and launches you off of your feet. You are knocked back. The last thing you hear before you lose consciousness.
You think this changes anything? You refuse my gift. You refuse the possibilities of what you could become. I will find someone else to gain the energy I need. And when I do, I'll find you, Angelo. I always find you.
And he is gone. But Angelo is out. And Guillaume.
I put my
Angelo's out cold.
I put my hand on Angelo, and I've still got 4 dice left, 4d8 left.
All right.
I don't know if it may, or 4d6 left. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I'll roll them anyway. Well, that's not bad. So if there was damage,
All
they
right.
get 15 points back. Well, I'm still standing here.
Very well.
Are you okay? Is he gone? Is he gone? Oh, are you okay? Come on. Oh, I know. I reached down and grabbed the raunchy flask. Popped the cork.
Oh.
I would ask your permission, but just one time I'm not going to. And I pour a little bit of the raunchy stuff into Angelo's mouth.
You pour the raunchy stuff into Angelo's mouth. Angelo, I need you to make a Constitution save. Okay. Hope you packed your bags. So, Angelo, in the darkness, you feel yourself lift out of your body. And you're taken to that moment, what seemed so long ago. You're taken to that moment where you felt hopeless, when you felt that there was no way forward, that you didn't have the strength and power you needed to end this pain that you were feeling.
And I've earned the first
The
part
first
of my ultimate
time-
to follow.
Oh, absolutely. You're brought to this time, and you remember it clearly. You remember the first time you heard his voice. I can give you what you need. If you want to help me.
I am
But
here
it's
with you this
not.
time. It's different.
But Angelo, as you see this conversation happening, before it was you hearing the voice, but as you hover over it this time, you can see that it's only looks a bit like you. It's actually Dad. And this isn't the moment when you first heard the voice. It's the moment when he did.
No. No, Dad, don't listen! Get out of here! No.
Fix it. And I touch Angelo and give Angelo the second of my ultimates, which is the ability to bend physics any way you wish.
All right. Angelo, you awaken. You awaken to Guillaume over you with his hands.
What? Where am I? What? I was just there!
Do you know how to fix it?
If I go back? I don't know if I'm strong enough. Not by myself.
You're not by yourself. Look inside. Look at what I just gave you.
I feel a power, but it's different. What is it?
Yeah, it's different, eh?
What
That's
is
me.
it?
That is the power of chaos. That is the power to change history itself, eh?
Did you give me those two?
I
Are
am
they-
helping, eh?
I can go back.
Yes.
Can you come with
fix
me?
it, eh? I think I can do one better, eh? And I use my third part of my ultimate to split Angelo into two identical Angelos.
Very well.
Now one of you can go back and fix the problem, and one of you can stay here. I know a place that is going to be safe very soon.
I look at myself. Will that me know what happens to this me?
There are at
And then the other
least
one's like,
3 worlds.
are we the same?
There are at least 3 worlds, eh? At least 3. There's the one where you failed. You know that one, you lived it. Eh? That one leads to this one that you are in now. There is another where you succeed. Eh? And whichever one of you goes back gets that one. Eh? So for half of you, it never happens. The half that stays here will always know. Eh? I think that's only right. Eh? Someone has to know what you did. Eh?
What happens to the me that's already there? I don't have to kill me, do I?
No, I told you there's at least 3. You go back, you change what happened, you make a different hole in space and time, eh? That world goes a different way, but you don't go with it except the part that we send back, eh?
Does that part come back and rejoin with me?
I think maybe we need to teach you some pretty powerful magic before that happens, but you got lots of time, eh? You're young, eh?
Okay.
So,
You know, I kind of see you as a bard, eh?
Maybe. In some kind of weird world. How does this work? What do I do?
and at the utterance of that,
Thank you.
GM grabs the reins. No.
Yeah.
At the utterance of that, Angelo, you are in this moment taken in front of your father. What's going on? Angelo? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me, Dad. You know how we always talk about the world being so much bigger than this little village?
Yeah.
And all the great things that I could do if I left. You're always telling me that I have everything right here.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Hey. You're gonna be all right.
I don't think so. I think you can make really bad decisions. Dad, I think even you can make really bad decisions too. Dad, we don't need anything else. Okay? We have everything we'll ever need right here. We don't need money or power. We just need each other for all the adventure we need.
You've always been enough for me. And he brings you close. And he gives you a warm hug.
And I just fall into his chest. And I shake my head. And I say, something is going to make you feel differently. I just know it, and I know you might not believe me, but you have to. That if anything ever happens, or you think that you can make a difference, that you have to make a difference, just remember this moment. Remember me hugging you and telling you, I love you.
I love you too, Angelo. My boy. You're the difference that I make in this world. And thanks for reminding me of that.
I promise I always will be, Dad.
I believe you. And without warning, you are snapped back to the present time. In front of Guillaume.
Just reach out my hand.
Is there only one of me now?
Yep.
I take
And your blade materializes at a beautiful light in your other hand.
Everything's different. In a good way.
It is. Come on. Take you to that safe place I know, eh?
But then...
Hey. You smiled.
The memory of the loss comes back. But it's different this time. It's not a death full of anger and destruction. You remember your father smiling back at you before he slowly disappeared. And you can see that your blade now has an inscription. Angelo, you will always be the change that I will make in this world. And now that power comes from us and nowhere else. I'm sorry I cannot see fully what you will become with this. But I gave up everything so it could happen. I love you, Dad.
Yomi died anyway.
This one did. The other one didn't. Somewhere there's a you who is living in a world where none of this shit happened. You did that, eh?
I think you did.
So you're
Next
probably
thing
going
you-
to need this, and hand them a hanky. Let's go.
The next thing you remember, Angelo, is that the day your father disappeared, you gained this sword, along with a bunch of new powers. No voices, no contracts, no pacts. Just you and the gifts from your dad, so that you could be the change in the world he wanted you to be. I'll let you guys stew on that while I go pick up with Ben.
Do we even need to do me? I mean, like, I don't.
Look, we still got a couple minutes left, dude. This is it.
All right.
So, Penn,
Mm-hmm.
you're in front of Candle Keep.
Crazy. It's got to be crazy. Is it? So is the orb of thought with me at all?
Nope.
Do I feel? Are there?
You feel complete. More than you have in a long time.
This is so.
Brian, no. It's okay, Brian. Look, Brian's on a happy farm, everybody.
Where? How? And is there like a front desk with a calendar? Like, because I guess I'll run in and just look.
It's the correct day.
Was any of...
Hello, welcome to Candlekeep Reception. How can I help you?
Hi.
Are you a student here?
Yes. I think. It's been a minute. I had a family issue, so I had to check out for a while.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll have to take a look at your student credentials. What was the name?
Anything right?
Ah, yes. Ah, there you are. Penathan Wright. Oh, my. Yes. Oh, dear.
Is there something wrong with my papers?
No, nothing is wrong. You're just in a bit of trouble, Mr. Wright.
Or, wait, what have I done? I mean, I know I haven't been here in a while.
Well, you have missed a grand number of classes.
You know, that family stuff really took it out of me for a while.
Ah, I see. Well, classes are resuming this afternoon if you wish to attend. Should the fancy strike you, Mr. Wright.
Of course, yes, of course, I'll make sure to do that. I'll just kind of back away slowly towards the library.
Not so fast. What about your itinerary?
The itinerary?
For classes?
Yes, right, that, I don't want to come in mid-semester. Maybe I should just come back next semester. I just wanted to see where I had left off.
Of course, but it's all going to go on your record.
That's fine. I mean, surely if I speak with the dean and tell him that, you know, I wasn't myself, surely he'll understand. Or she. I can't remember. Has it changed?
It has changed. You've been gone for some time.
You know, crazy things have been happening. My family, I'm not from long time trip.
Okay, then. Well, if you're going to the library, you'll need your student ID card. Smile. And there's a flash of light. You get this horrible picture on a student ID card. Hand it over to you.
Yep, thanks. And I'll flip that or whatever we do with it. Thank you. You have a good day. And I'll just scurry past deep into the library. I'm headed to, you gotta help me remember, because I don't. That weird place where I originally found my tome, was that in like the heavily guarded section, or was that in a different section?
That was in a deep section of the library. You know it well. You remember that day like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, immediately over there trying to get back to that.
So you rush past everything. You know, numerous people running past people in the halls, into the library, through the library, past all these bookshelves, until you reach the section where you found the book that day. And the passageway is open.
Walk through and shut the door.
You walk through and shut the door. And descend the stone spiral staircase downward. Step by step, until you enter the final chamber at the bottom. And there sits a book. And next to the book, an easel with a piece of canvas on it. And next to the easel sits a young woman about your age. Her hair is like a dull purple. Her skin is almost gray. And she's wearing a simple dress. And she is painting a picture of the book. It's fascinating, isn't it? It just floats there. I think it used to belong to a friend of mine. She paints.
Does this Penn know Cat? I know they wouldn't have had anywhere near the same relationship other Penn had, but...
No, but you would have recognized this girl from school.
Hello. You... How did you know this was... Good to see you again. What was your name?
Multidimensional magical timeline confluence. My name is Kat.
Gotcha. Are you, like, gonna hand me a bunch of buttons and tell me I'm not real?
No.
Because I want to prepare.
Should I? It seems
Asking
strange.
questions is how we get there. Right? You'd think. So, maybe not. That book is
So
very
you found it in the
personal to
same
me.
place where you're from. She sets her brushes down.
Do you know me?
I know of you. I know another you. I was tipped off after Jabetta arrived at the keep when she had suddenly learned storm magic and taken up a trident. I'm not the most observant person, but I knew something was up, so I started doing research.
You're right. We were just classmates where I'm from. I didn't know you terribly well. You're a member of the keep here, and you know the other me?
So I'm guessing you're the one that didn't come to my stand-up routines. It's okay. I won't hold it against you. But I did know you pretty well. We were in a lot of the same classes together. The other you was nicer. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cause you any distress about that. But he was quite kind. Then again, I don't know how nice you are. We technically just met.
Yes, nice to meet you. I've made a lot of mistakes. It sounds like
so
the
maybe
other
you're
me
not so
has-
different.
He seems like I don't know. To be honest
That
with
was
you,
a
I don't
joke,
know.
by the way.
Oh. Ah. It's been a long day, and I just really want that book. I promise I'm not trying to harm anyone from here. I almost ate his patron, but I didn't. I didn't. A friend stopped me, and I wouldn't do it now, because I'm a lot more clear-headed. I'm not crazy anymore. This isn't convincing, is it?
No. But then again, people call me crazy sometimes. Because I go to weird places and paint objects. I can see their point. Still, it's not nice to say.
Yeah, if you're here, then you know more about him than I would have thought, which means you know more about me than I would have thought. So the others, I have to get that book. I have to get back with my patron, and I have to go see the others right now, or else it's going to get very complicated here very quickly. And I don't want
Things
that to
are
happen.
already complicated, Nathan.
What have they done?
Multi-dimensional timeline confluence.
Right,
I'm sorry, was
but
I not clear? I don't mean to lash out.
have they hurt anyone? We haven't done anything, out of color. I've been out of it for a long time. Longer than I've been here, so it's kind of really weird. It's like waking up in a place and you don't remember most of what happened.
Oh. Well, I haven't noticed anything different, other than reality collapsing. But I'm still
Yes, we have
working
to
on the
figure
map on that one.
I see. Well, I'm gonna grab that book and then I'm gonna go back to the keep, probably.
I would prefer that you don't disturb it until I finish my painting. That's all right. We could sit and talk for a while.
Sure. Is there any way I can help make it go fast? I haven't spoken with my patron in so long without him being in my head.
But Penathan, it's not your patron, because this isn't your world. I'm sorry. I don't mean to lash out. I just think it's important to realize.
I don't know how to get back. We didn't.
Maybe you should figure that out first.
So that's not my tone.
Maybe it's not your tone. I honestly must admit, I don't know enough about it. That's why I'm painting it. I find most things you don't understand can be figured out by observing, doing the research. Wouldn't you agree?
Right. Yes. The more you know, the better off you are, always. But if
So
I
what do
have
you
that,
know about what you're trying to do right now?
I know that that tome is a connection to my patron, whether here or somewhere else. I was angry because part of me was him, and he rebuffed me when I tried to get his help. He said I was weak and I had made the wrong choice. And so I was mad and tried to take him for his arrogance. Right. But the tomes are connective. If I have one, and if the other me still has his somehow, and if he's still in that cell, I can at least commune with him. No, I don't know. Will it go? I don't know if the pact bond is deeper than a simple magical connection. I don't know, but I won't know until I have that book.
Anything, it sounds a lot like you haven't done the research and you just want to do the project anyways. You've always been like this in class. It's not a good look. I'm sorry. I don't mean to lash out. Maybe we need to do the research. Sometimes it's easier as a group. Do you want to work on a group project?
You seem knowledgeable, so at the very least I would appreciate your help. I'm not quite sure of your relationship to the other me, but I will accept your help in good faith, in the hopes that you'll help me help him.
I saved him from a giant once. It wasn't a big deal.
Okay. Well, I'm not him, but I'm like him. I'm also him, different him. So, like...
You're like him,
you know.
but you're also unlike him. It's okay, we can work through it. In the meantime, I'll pack this up. I think this is more important right now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you think your book will stay put while we do some reading?
Can I just hold it?
I love that defeated look where you're just looking at it like and wordlessly Kat whaps you on the head with one of her paintbrushes. I'm sorry. I'm not usually a violent person.
I suppose I deserve that.
I think you need to learn to do things after you've done the reading.
Fine. We'll research, but I want to get the reading material and bring it back here. I don't want to leave this book for a moment.
That's okay. This place has a good energy about it. I really like painting here. Come on. I know the library super well.
Okay, I'll defer to you. It's been a while.
And Penn and Kat move out into the library and gather books about time and space and patrons and magic, and gather it all together and sit together in so temptingly in the room with his warlock tome, and they do the reading. Meanwhile, out in the world, out in another world, one far away from here, where everything's gone wrong already. And there is a spindly man in a cave with metallic arm and leg. And Carl walks in on this man. Carl is at his fullest now. Merle, what have you been doing? Oh. Hey, Carl. Somebody was asking about you. You like buttons, though. You didn't disrupt anything. You know the rules, right? No. I just put a weight on both sides. That makes it even, right? There's a weight on both sides. If you put the same amount, the math balances out. I'm sorry that this is your fate, brother. Don't feel bad. I get a lot more guests these days. If things don't work out for you, I think I might have more. And that's where we end today. I'm moving my mic away. I shouldn't do that. That's the end of the show for today, everybody.
Good game.
Amazing.
Wow.
I hope
That
you
was
all
really
had
special.
fun.
Thank all of you.
I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for watching and liking and following and all that cool stuff. Be sure to follow us down this rabbit hole as everything unfolds. Check out Trash Bin tomorrow. We're going to play Left 4 Dead, and some of us have never played Left 4 Dead, so that'll be fun. And we're going to play Gothic Horror Campaign Weekend in Pavalia. And if you're into some more spooky stuff, there's going to be even more spooky stuff going on that day. So check that out. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you to my incredible cast. Thank you. And until next time, council dismissed. Stay tuned for the raid.
On Bespany and lied too much on Yavin, he got sick. That didn't stop him from a trip of bourbon on Kashyyyk. His name's Darth Whiskey, and despite what you have read, he'd rather have a drink with you and pass the time instead.